Greetings, shalom. So today is the new moon. Happy new moon to everybody. It is the final new moon and initiation activation reading that I will be doing for 2018. December 2018 new moon reading. Today is actually extra special because not only is it, I'm setting up here, not only is it the new moon, it's also the sixth night of Hanukkah, and it's also Shabbat. So it's an extra special Friday, and I'm very excited to pull some cards and reveal the message for today. I'm sitting on my Isis carpet, and I'm setting up. I got my cards here, so whoever wishes to join, I welcome you, and I encourage you to add in your piece. This is a collective reading for the collective consciousness, so go ahead and do whatever you do as your own personal ritual. Feel free to send your energy to the deck, state your intentions. It's all about the new moon, so it's all about the initiation. We're activating this initiation point right now, within and without. We are recognizing and acknowledging that this is the point of a new beginning, the beginning of a new cycle. It's the time to plant the seeds, set our new intentions. So anything that's been on your mind, really give it your fullest attention and awareness. Like a crying toddler who just wants to be heard. Give that your fullest attention, whatever it is. See how maybe it does have something to do with your intentions. See how maybe whatever those thoughts that have been on your mind the most, whatever feelings that you've been carrying the most, what are those feelings and thoughts trying to tell you about yourself and what your desires are? And then when you really examine them, ask yourself, are those desires aligned with the highest good of one and all? Or are they maybe out of alignment, and maybe it's time to consider shifting so that we can align with the highest good, so that we can form intentions, prayers, goals that are aligned with our highest good and our highest good as one unit, one family. So really see behind the thoughts, the words, the feelings. What do we really want? And how can we align it with the highest good of all, so that whatever it is that we do want can come to us with the most grace, with the most ease, and without crisis. So cards, archetypes, faces, symbols, magic. I ask that you reveal to us today the message that will apply to each and every one of us, the message that wants to be discovered in relation to creating our new intentions for the cycle to come, for the cycle that is just now beginning. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to feel right now to get clear on those intentions? All right, is everybody ready? Go ahead and add your bit of energy into the deck. You can see a light going from you to the deck and connect with it in that way. You can just send your essence to the deck. You can picture it as though you were right next to me right now in this room. Okay, I'm going to begin. Okay. Interesting. So I pulled 4 cards. I pulled a card for how we have been responding to opportunities in this physical realm right now and lately. That would be the first house, the house of Aries. And then I pulled a card on the opposite end of it in reflection as far as relationships. I felt guided to pull a card for the 7th house, the House of Libra, how we see ourselves in the reflection of others, especially those whom we invest the most time in, those relationships that we are most invested in. I also pulled a card for the current challenge, which is also the gift, and that becomes the bridge to the future. Above that, I pulled a crown card or an ally card, which is the card to really remember as we cross this bridge to the future. Okay, so the first card is the House of Aries, how we are responding to our environment lately. Woo! Very first card is a major arcana. You guys know how excited I get. So this is the Tower. I knew this card was going to come up. Honestly, I was most excited about this reading because I felt the presence of this card. What I feel intuitively is that we've been going through this Tower card recently, yes, and we're still in that space of that shift and adjusting to whatever in our lives recently took a dramatic turn. So whatever for you, and I can think of something right away, whatever for you has taken a dramatic turn in your life very recently, you're still responding to that shift. You're still trying to understand it. You're still acclimating to it, adjusting to it, right? Please feel free to leave comments and let me know how this relates to you. I would love to hear your feedback. The more reflections, the better. Okay, so we're in this space. We've been really responding to life as though it has taken a major turn, because it has. And we're remaining open to the fact that, you know what, this isn't the first time and it won't be the last. It's really important to remember that all of these cards are within us always. And there always is an opportunity for the rug to be pulled out from under us. So while it is great to set our intentions, it's always very important to leave space for the divine mystery unfolding. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the card in reflection. So who we are in relationship, how have we been experiencing ourselves in those that we're communicating with, those that we're interacting with. So that'll be the House of Libra in the 7th house. Okay, so the 6 of Wands, and it's the card of victory. And it's wands, so it's spirit. It's spirit, creativity, passion, fire, the inner fire. And it's about really making sure that all of our relationships have their roots in purity, that when we're connecting with others in our lives, and this is always true, but especially right now, because it's the message that's coming up for right now, we want to make sure that our relationships are going to be successful, that they're going to be victorious, so to say, that they're going to be for the highest good of all, because if they're not for the highest good of both and everyone involved, it's not going to be a sustainable relationship. So it's not just about the relationship being successful, but about what are we pulling out from that relationship to be successful as our own being and supporting the success of the other in the relationship. If we all want to have our individual success in harmony with the success of everyone, not just you two, but how that reflects out into the whole world, If we all want to be successful, then we need to create that success in the microcosm, so it's reflected in the macrocosm. How can we make sure that we are doing our work in relationship, treating each connection, each relationship as a sacred ritual, so that we can ensure long-lasting love and long-lasting support? Whether or not we remain together physically doesn't matter, and it's not just about romance either, it's all relationships. So it's saying, how can we relate to others, especially those who we interact with, on a consistent basis? How can we relate and communicate with those beings in such a way that it's for the highest good of all, and that whatever support we're offering each other is going to last a lifetime? Again, it's not about physically staying together, but what can we do here now with those around us, in cooperation with those around us, that are going to produce long-lasting, sustainable, victorious results. And victory as far as what? It's wands, it's spirit, it's your spirit. What are you, what am I, what are we doing in our relationships right now that are feeding that fire, that eternal flame that we all share? super important to consider this right now. And I think seeing as the Tower was in reflection of that, so the Tower was the first house, and the Six of Wands is the seventh house. This is how we are, and this is how we are in relationship. It's saying, like, as we move through these big shifts, and as the rug is pulled out from under us, no matter what relationships come and go, when they are there present with us, whoever they are, other beings who are really us in reflection, what are we doing to plant seeds of future success for the one and all? Okay, and the current challenge, this is the third card, the current challenge that we're experiencing, I'm going to flip it over, is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is waking up from a nightmare. So it's an ending, it's a 9, so there's hope for a new beginning there if we can move through this, which is the bridge to the future. Swords is the mind, it's thought. Okay, there's a lot of, and this has been coming up a lot for the last cycle, so I feel it's something that we're finally going to be given the tools to break through this cycle. It's about anxiety in your mind. Overthinking things, over worrying can literally keep you up at night, like the image in this card. And I always explain it like this: if the individual just takes his or her hands away from his or her face, just for a moment, to look down at the blanket, which is a symbol of security, we could see the rose, the divine rose, and all of the zodiac symbols, which is revealing that our security lies in the faith of the divine design, that everything is in perfect order. And if we can just get out of our own heads, we would see that everything is fine, it's all going to be okay. And so this is our challenge right now. Really, no matter what anxieties, whatever stresses we have, whether it be, regarding relationships or living space, career, or feeling like maybe we still don't know our purpose or our place, whatever area of our lives is bringing us anxiety right now, we are being challenged to just let it go. To let it go so that we can make the space for the answer to even come in. Because if we're so busy worrying, we fill our vessel with that vibration, that frequency of worry. And of course, there's going to be no space for the light to enter. No space for surrender. So it's saying whatever your anxieties are, whatever your stress is, put it down for a moment. Put it down for a moment. And practice that over and over until you reach the point of being able to do that for a consistent number of moments. And then what happens is that feeling of trust in divine order, in natural order, it builds. And ultimately, it overpowers the anxiety. And we can really rest and relax in the knowing that it's all perfect. So this is what we're being called to do right now. No matter what the stress is, keep bringing your awareness back to everything is in divine order. Everything is in divine order. So long as I stay stuck on the anxieties and the fears, I, of course, will manifest that by way of natural law. This is science, the science of who we are. Okay, and the fourth and final card is the card that we want to keep in mind as an ally as we move across that bridge of the Nine of Swords. So who is our ally right now? Who wants to help us as we cross that bridge? Who wants to hold our hand? Okay, I knew this one was coming up. And it's interesting, it's an 8. Okay? So we have a 6, a 9, and an 8. And we have the Tower card. The 8 was above the 9. The challenge is the 9 of Swords. And the ally is the 8 of Wands. So this is the second Wands card we have. So we have 2 Wands, which means 2 Spirit cards, 2 Fire cards. This is the card of signals. It's saying be aware of signals being communicated to you from the universe, okay? Everything is essentially trying to tell us the same thing. No matter what direction we look at, everything is trying to reveal to us the same message. The signs are everywhere. And there's no one other than the self. So it's safe to say it's all us. It's all one. And it's important as we move forward, trying to break this cycle, trying to rid ourselves of this anxiety that we've been carrying, to remember to just follow the signs. What does that mean? What does that mean? Stay connected to your heart, stay connected to your spirit. The more we can remember that our security is in the remembrance of divine order, the divine order of all things, the more we'll create space to be able to see those signs. If we don't give up our anxieties, even for a moment, how will we have the eyes to see the signals all around us? How will we have the eye to perceive the signals that are within us, which are reflecting as signals outside of us? Inside, outside, ultimately, the veil is lifted and it all becomes one. And the point is, we need to be able to see, to perceive the signs. And we can't do that if our awareness is consumed by anxiety and worry. So it's super helpful because before we got into the ally card, it's saying, like, I was saying how we need to remember that everything is in divine order, and we can't do that if we're so busy being stressed. So the more we can just sink into that awareness that everything is in perfect order, the more we'll create space. And then it's like space for what? For the signs to come in. So this is just more motivation to do that. It's saying, hey, be excited about letting go of the anxiety. You have nothing to lose. In fact, you have everything to gain. Allow this to be the inspiration. It is fire after all. Creativity, spirit, passion. Let the signs be the inspiration to let go of the worries, because these are going to be a lot more fun to dive into than all this crap that we've been sitting in, letting us ourselves be held back. So yes, trust, let go of the anxieties. Something is trying to be communicated to us. Let it go. Something wants to be communicated. But we won't see the signs until we let go. Just look away from the illusory fear for a moment, and the signs are already there. You don't even need to wait. It's like I would always see this meme, and it was like Jesus holding a huge teddy bear behind his back, and he was asking a little girl for her teddy bear, give it to me, and she was like, but I don't want to give it to you. And it's like, there's something better. There's always something better. The best is yet to come. So remember that this is what is waiting for us. There are signs waiting to be seen. There are messages of passion and excitement and the next step waiting for us, if only we can just let go of the past. We can't start writing a new chapter until we close up the last one. You know what I mean? So this is what it looks like. We are experiencing the tower currently, still experiencing the effects of a major change of events in our lives. We are making sure that no matter what we're doing in our relationships with those around us, we are keeping in mind the healing of the one. Making sure that what we're doing is for a reason. Everything we're doing is intentional to ensure success for one and all as we approach the future. We're letting go of anxiety and fear so we can start a new chapter, start fresh. And it's easy to let go of those anxieties finally, because we now know that the signals and signs are waiting for us to create the space so they can enter into our conscious awareness. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating, and happy Hanukkah to everybody, because really this holiday is the Festival of Lights, and it's a story of miracles, and miracles happen for everybody, and they can happen for anybody, anytime, if we just believe. So happy Hanukkah, happy holy days, happy Shabbat, which is the unification of the worlds within and without. And that's, again, something that's for everybody. And happy new moon, new beginning, new cycle. I'll see you guys again, maybe sooner then, but definitely in a little bit of time here for the first quarter moon. When the moon is halfway between the new and the full, I'll be doing the inspiration reading so that all the changes that happen from today, when we set our intentions, until then, we'll be able to integrate that at the next activation reading. If you don't follow me yet on YouTube, please check out Rebecca Magic, Magick, on YouTube, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get notifications whenever I upload videos. I don't only do tarot, I also do Shabbat videos, so that one is actually going to come up either later today or tomorrow, which will be the Torah portion for this week. Every week I do a Kabbalistic explanation of the Torah portion for that Shabbat or that Sabbath. So it's a lot of mysticism, spiritual psychology, spiritual science. If you're into that, please look me up on YouTube, Rebecca Magic. Check me out. There's well over 100 videos now on there, and all of these topics are eternally relevant. So, you pop on there and you pick a video, almost like tarot. You pick a video and it's going to be the one that contains the message that you're needing to hear, because that's the nature of our reality. That's how it works. Whatever you choose, when we're asking for guidance and we choose, we must know that whatever it is we're choosing is going to be the thing that we need, because we're being receptive, we're asking, and when you ask, you receive. And because everything is in divine order, everything works by natural law of attraction, whatever you pick will be the thing. Just like with oracle cards, tarot cards, even if you take a book and you open it up to any random page and you put your finger on it, that point is going to be relevant for some reason, because everything is connected and everything is synchronicity. So feel free to use my YouTube page as your own personal tarot deck. And I love comments and I love talking with people about these topics and going deeper. So if you have something to say where we can take any of these topics to the next level, please feel free to share. I'm also available for readings the next couple of days. So if you have been wanting a reading, please feel free to contact me anytime. Thanks again for tuning in. Shabbat Shalom.